Cedar Creek Lake, as always. The water's up. The people have been out boating and fishing. Been lovely weather the past few weeks, bright and sunshiny, like everybody likes here at Cedar Creek Lake during the summer. And the housing market has just been on fire recently.
Yeah, it's just been going wild. I mean, you got this interesting mixture of very low inventory and a lot of buyers, and we still got good lending out here. We haven't seen days like this in a while. It's been a good while since we've seen this around the lake. The other day I was looking in the MLS, and I kind of look at the waterfront around Cedar Creek Lake as kind of being a factor for how you can judge the rest of the market. So the way you count those waterfront listings, you can kind of reflect that to the rest of the market. I look at all the rest of them too, and it usually holds fast to it. Counted available active on the market that you could go out and look at that day, waterfront homes on Cedar Creek Lake, and you could put a contract in on it. Nobody else already had a contract on it. You know that number, Brett?
I'm gonna guess it's very low.
Very low. 52 properties.
52. That's pretty good.
52 waterfront properties available on Cedar Creek Lake. There were 78 under contract. So there's more under contract than there are actually available still out there. And you see that within the whole housing market, in the regular off-water residential, in the acreage and the commercial. I mean, it's interesting times.
I think that's the lowest number I have personally seen in my career for waterfront listings as a whole, and the availability of the ones there that you can go purchase.
Yeah, and that's quite a transition in less than 5 years, considering 2015, you and I were out and about, and we were trying to preview everything that was on the market at that time. And one day I remember us looking, and there were over 800 available houses, waterfront houses on Cedar Creek Lake. That's changed a bit.
Oh yeah, we could look at probably as many in a day as are available currently.
Yeah. And so you're getting quite a few showings on several of your listings, multiple showings every single day. And then the next day, lather, rinse, repeat on those properties. And they seem to be going pretty quick. So
every time we get a new listing, within just a few days, we are typically under contract.
And you've talked to a lot of people that have wanted to put in offers, and you've got sellers that are saying, you know, they'll consider every offer, but a lot of them, until they, before they'll put a ink on paper, they want to see a pre-approval letter from the buyer.
Right. That's been one of the most important things for a few of my clients recently, is the difference between the pre-approval and the pre-qual letter.
They're used synonymously in colloquial speak in the real estate market, but there is a difference.
Just like
you've got real estate agents and you got realtors. They're kind of the same gambit, but there is a difference somehow. Yeah. Same with the pre-qual and the pre-approval, correct?
Correct. I can tell you right now, my wife and I have been looking for a new car online. We've been shopping all over, trying to figure out what it is we want and how much we want to pay and things like this. And, you know, whenever you get online, they've got all these little robots that they calculate all this information. And so we've been getting all sorts of pre-qual letters from anybody you can think of. And not just that, but credit card companies and different things that are qualifying us just because we were interested in looking. We had not gone through the process of applying for the credit directly to get the full approval that says we are able to purchase it. They're just saying that the pre-qualification, you are interested, and if you meet these certain guidelines, they would lend.
Okay, so within the lending industry, there's different levels of things. There's the pre-qual and there's the pre-approval. They have, on credit pulls, they have soft pulls, they have hard pulls on credit. Within your credit score, you have the different credit bureaus that have their own form of creating a score, and then you actually have different credit scores for different things you're going to purchase. You have revolving credit, you have an auto line of credit, you have credit that they use for your housing. It's not necessarily as simple as I sign on to a particular website that advertises a lot on TV and they just say, here's your credit score. That's going to be pretty close a lot of time, but depending on what you're trying to get credit for, whether it's revolving credit, credit card, a new car purchase, a house purchase, the credit score can be a little different. And then between the three reporting agencies, that can be different. And the way that's affected with hard pulls and soft pulls from the lender can be affecting the credit differently. So a soft pull doesn't really affect that credit so much. They're just kind of looking at it through the window there, and that's what they use for the pre-qual.
Correct. Yeah, that's when you're just getting on saying, I'm looking at something in this price range. I make approximately this much per month and things like that. The full approval is verified where your lender actually looks at your bank statement, at your actual employment check stubs, usually are a good way to look at that, verify that you have been at a job for a while and you are making enough to be able to make that payment. The actual verification is what makes the approval different from the qualification.
So the qual, they're pretty much taking you at your word, them knowing how the industry is going to react to whatever numbers you have, your income, your tax statements, your credit number. They look at those through a soft lens. They take you at your word. They kind of look at what's showing up just online so they don't make that big pull on your credit and kind of let you know generally, here's about what you can expect. But the pre-approval is the next level, you're saying. That's where they actually get your documents in, correct?
Correct. And this is where, especially our great local lenders that we have here, they really are looking out for you. They want to make sure that you're not getting too far beyond your budget. They want to make sure when you make this purchase that you will have adequate funds to make that home payment.
Yeah, they don't want you to be what they call house poor. They know that for instance, if you took a 30-year house loan, that somewhere in that 30 years, you're going to want to go and do something in life other than just work to make the payment on this house. You're going to want to go out to eat. You're going to want to go out on vacation. You're probably going to have kids. You're going to want to buy a car, do some different things, and you're going to need some cash for that. So they don't want all of your disposable income wrapped up in just your mortgage payment. Right,
and just simplest of economics, you can't spend more a month than you make.
Yeah. that says that's simple economics, but I think as a country as a whole, we need to relearn that lesson a little bit.
We do. If people watch the debt clicker and things like that, the reason we're in some of them situations is because we do not always follow that little simple rule.
Yeah. So we want to live within our means.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to be sure that you start with that pre-qual. You get that pre-qual first to see kind of where you're at, and then follow through with that actual pre-approval. You'll want your tax returns. You'll want your pay stubs. You'll want an accounting of how long you have been at work at your job, how long you've been in your field, what your education was. You'll probably want copies of your transcripts from wherever you went to school. If you're military, you're going to want to go ahead and get a copy of that DD-214 from the military, so you have all that ready so you can hand it over to your lender, who's going to take this and keep it confidential and get you that pre-approval. So when you go out showing, if you walk into a house and you know that's the one you want, you can write the contract right there in the living room, at the kitchen table, on site, and get it submitted. And with that pre-approval, that means if the seller likes that offer, they have a good reason to go ahead and accept it.
Right. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves and shop outside of our budget. That's why it's good to have that approval so we know where to be shopping and what range. And then, like you said, secondly, you do not want to, in this market especially, be trying to gain that approval after you find the house. As fast as they're going, there's a very good chance that home will not be still in the market by the time you get your approval letter.
Yeah, because that's likely to cause some frustration and heartache, because you're going to spend all this time shopping. You're going to see these houses, you're going to get in, you're going to find one you really like, and you're even going to put that offer. And maybe even the seller says, I really like that offer. I need that pre-approval. Well, now you have to step back, gather up all this documentation, get it to your lender, get that pre-approval, which may be as short as a couple hours, maybe as long as a couple of days, and in between, somebody may send an offer, same offer, better offer, but an offer nonetheless with a pre-approval, and that seller accepts it while you're still trying to get ducks in a row.
So that's why you always want to have your ducks in a row. Do your homework first before you even start looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's why we continuously harp on this, but especially like I'm saying lately with my listings, I know personally we're having them go so quickly that some people just have not been ready to pull the trigger there and get that home today. And I know it can be heartbreaking for them. So I just want to reiterate, call a realtor today. Let them get you in touch with a local lender, get that pre-approval, and I tell you what, we're ready to get out there and show you these houses. There's great ones that are coming available right now, and you want to be ready to get one.
Yeah, and real estate is already an emotional enough business when everything is working right, when you're firing on all cylinders, when everything's going smoothly. It's already an emotional business. It can already be taxing enough because it's not a pair of blue jeans. You don't just, in most cases, you don't just go get a house this afternoon. It takes days, it takes weeks, sometimes it takes a few months to make that transition, and there's a lot of emotional investment in it. And so if things don't work out, especially for something as simple as I didn't get my things together, I didn't get my pre-approval, I put the cart before the horse, it can be devastating to some people, and it can really knock them out of the joy of the house buying and owning position for a couple of years, just that little bit.
Yeah, I have 2 clients that closed yesterday that both were already approved.
Yeah.
Both had the credit, both had the income. They already knew what house they wanted to. They were friendly with each other. They had already worked out this deal. We knew what we were doing. It still took a little longer than it should have for different reasons. Don't add another kink to the mix here.
Yeah, and you're not harping on the negativities to bring people down or say, oh, it's so frustrating to buy a house. No, it's a great experience, and I'll tell you, it is a joyful experience, and people love it. The look on people's faces, and just the positive emotion, just the great joy in their life when they get to that closing table and they sign and they get those keys. Or whenever they've got their house listed and they have loved this house, they've enjoyed this house, but it is time to move on, and they know that that house is going into good hands and they're moving on in their life, and somebody else is going to come in and enjoy that. You can't express it in words over the radio just how happy it makes people.
Oh, they were ecstatic. They were having new furniture delivered the next couple of days. They were getting to have ice cream on their new porch.
Yeah.
It's a great experience. Just take it one step at a time. People want to try to do the whole process all at once.
Yeah.
It is a process, and process means one step at a time.
One step at a time.
And that way we don't get overwhelmed during the process.
Yeah, and that way you can enjoy the process. Yeah. You can enjoy it. It'll be a good memory. So you'll be thinking back for years about how much you enjoyed going out and getting this house, especially first-time home buyers. And when it's done according to the process and it clicks and it works right and everything goes smoothly, or as smooth as you can, and you get those keys and you're now a homeowner, oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good.
Well, and you think about, even like right now, we're trying to plan a vacation if I ever get some free time this summer.
If you ever get any free time.
And part of the process of that is you start looking online, where am I going to go, my location, and where am I going to stay? And part of the thrill and the enjoyment is narrowing down and find that house in that city that you want to go stay at. And this is just an exaggerated version of that. But part of the fun of that vacation was the planning and the anticipation of the fun to come.
Yeah, so when you show up, because you've done your planning, you've made your reservations, you've got your budget in place, you've got your time scheduled to where everything's handled. When you show up on that vacation, it's very enjoyable. Versus if you just decide today, I'm going to take off on vacation, and you show up with the family, and so you finally get there, and you're having to spend 8 hours driving around just to find and available hotel room, and there's none available because you didn't plan and everything, and then you're having to overspend your budget because you're now at the mercy of whatever rates were set. It's not the same. But when you do that planning, when you get your ducks in order, you figure out your budget, you figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, you make those reservations, and you show up on vacation, peace. Just peace and joy.
Yeah, and so, like I said, people just get your pre-approval. Call one of our great agents at Coldwell Banker, 903-887-7055. They would love to help you get started on this wonderful process.
Yeah, because we like to say we make real estate real easy.
Right.
Yeah, and it works out. And you've got some great properties today. I know we've been harping on this for several minutes, but it's just because it's come up this week. There's been several showings that we're helping them transition through this. And as they see this, it makes it a lot easier and it's taken a lot of burden off of a lot of shoulders this week. And so we're putting it out there to you so you don't have that burden in the first place. But Brett, you got some great properties real quick, right?
Yeah, the first one I want to start off with, the last time we were here, I was talking about this one wasn't even on the market. It was coming up very soon. It is not going to be on the market by the time we come back.
Okay.
It's been getting so many showings a day, starting to get offers. It's going to go rather quickly. So if you're interested and you are approved, go see it today.
Like today.
Like today. It
not
is not going to last
tomorrow,
long.
not Sunday. If you got your ducks in order, go see it today.
Right. And this one's located at 855 Van Zandt County Road, 2715. Beautiful property, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with an office.
Okay.
Sitting on 5.5 acres. Beautiful land out there. It's so quiet. You're on a dead end road.
You don't find 5.5 acres that much right now.
That 2 to 10 acreage is almost non-existent right now. You talk about the waterfronts and how low they are.
Yeah.
There's less of these.
Mm-hmm.
And so this has got a brand new 3-bay shop, about approximately 30 by 40 foot building. So good. You can get in there, work on cars, other projects. If you just got an extra car you want to keep out of the rain, good place for it.
I love that LED lighting they have in there.
Yeah.
That is just fantastic. It lights that place up. So if you're a nighttime hobbyist, it is bright inside that shop.
As I am, and most people are. If you get out and drive around at night right now, it's cooler then, so a lot of people
Yeah.
are out doing their stuff at that time.
And this is actually acreage on waterfront. It's not on Cedar Creek Lake.
Not on Cedar Creek, but there is. I still haven't got the name. I was there yesterday visiting with a neighbor. Found out this lake was built in 1968.
Okay.
Large lake for a private lake there. Good size. I mean, and while we were there, the neighbor actually was pulling bass out of. They have their private pond on their property next door, and putting them into the lake, just because their little area as opposed to the big lake can't support that big of fish. And these, I don't know, they had to be 5-pound bass coming out of that pond.
Wow.
That they were putting in there. They said they've been pulling 13-pound bass out of that lake. If you're a fisherman, I want to wet my hook while I was out there. They were impressive. Very good ones. I should have got my picture with the fish. It was a great time yesterday while we were there. But yeah, beautiful lake, very peaceful surroundings. This is one, like we said, go see it today.
Yeah, just north of Maybank there.
Just north of Maybank there,
How
Van Zandt
much?
County. $240,000.
Wow. You got a nice barndominium, good bedrooms, on a private lake, acreage on a private lake for under $250.
Yeah, that is a steal of a deal out there today.
Still of a deal. Get out there, schedule that showing today. Not tomorrow, not Sunday, not Monday, today.
Right. The second one I want to get to is you were talking about how low the waterfront inventory is. It is. I know we've got just about all of ours under contract right now that we have available, but here's one that we do have that is still available today. Might want to get out today and look at it.
Today.
Because it ain't going to last long. And it's at 239 South Lake. This is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,330 square foot home on open water. Recently updated, fully furnished for only $280,000.
So you got open water, a 4-bedroom, 4-bath on open water for under $300,000. That's $280,000 there at 239 South Lake.
Yeah, right there in Gun Barrel City. This is right next to the hospital, the restaurants, all the shopping, the Walmarts that people like to go to.
And I hear consistently this year, I can't find a waterfront for under $300,000. I want to be on the water, but I want to be under $300,000. Where's all the under $300,000 houses?
Non-existent anymore.
Non-existent. Well, here's one that just, resurrected or something. It's there. $280,000 for a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, open water home right there by Gun Barrel City, 239 South Lake. Give our office a call, 903-887-7055. What's your next problem?
Our next one, we're going to move on over across that brand new bridge into 7 Points.
Okay, so we're 7 Points. We're on the west side of the lake over
West
there.
side of the lake. This is right there on the northwest side, right there almost at the point of 7 Points.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this road used to be one of the original 7 Points.
Okay,
which they
so
now
this is that
scaled down to
road.
4.
This is that road that runs behind the Sonic there, right?
Behind the Sonic, the great Mexican food restaurants
Yeah.
there, produce stand, lots of good things right beside it. You can walk to these things if
Yeah,
you
you
wanted
can
to.
walk to dinner right there.
Right, and this one is at 109 Kelly Lane.
Okay.
And this could be a personal property, maybe extended property, or an investment property.
Or both.
Could be both.
You can live there and have your investment right there.
I always say, if possible, let other people live on your property and pay your mortgage if you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is a great opportunity. You've got 3 2-bedroom, 1-bath units all on the same property there.
So each unit is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and 2 of them are together as a duplex, and then there's a third one that's the driveway comes in the middle of them to the garage back there, and so it's its own standalone. So you've got a standalone 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and then you've got 2 2-bedroom, 1-bath units together right there on the same property.
Right, on over half an acre. So
Half an acre.
good size yard, not too big. You can't get out there on Saturday morning with your lawnmower and take care of it. With carport and storage area, been recently remodeled
Okay.
there, but you can get all this for only $255 today.
$255.
Yeah.
Wow. $255, and I can have a place to live and have an investment property on the same property, help them pay that mortgage.
Right, 255,000, 109 Kelly Lane, right there in the heart of 7 Points. Good investment property for
Good
you.
investment property or family estate. You hear me talk about a lot of families are wanting family estates on the same property, but still have some modicum of privacy there. This allows you to have multiple family units of the same family, or however your family is set up, right there together. But since they're separate units, you have that privacy, but you're there to take care of each other and look after each other. Really good opportunity right there. Great option. And that's $255,000 at 109 Kelly Lane.
Yeah, great deal today.
Great deal. What else you got?
All right, now we want to talk about new builds. New builds are hot in the area. We've got one right here in Paint Springs in Leisureland subdivision. This is at 108 Shady Shores Drive. Brand new, like I said, new build, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,850 square foot home. It's got an open concept, wood burning fireplace, always on my checklist, and granite throughout. This is a beautiful property, new construction for only $229,000.
New construction.
229.
229, and that's over 1,800 square feet. How many bedrooms? That was a 4-bedroom?
4-bedroom. And local builders I've been talking to, that is actually on the low side for that much square footage on these new constructions.
Yeah, and that's a great subdivision. And Leisureland is now getting East Cedar Creek sewer coming into Leisureland. It's been where you had to have a septic tank for many years, but you had the East Cedar Creek water. Now they're expanding that sewer system in there, so you have that option.
Right, and with this one being up closer to the entrance of the addition, it should be one of the first ones to go onto this new system.
Yeah, so that's a great buy today. And what'd you say that price was one more time?
$229,000 on that.
$229, and you get into a brand new build house. You got a couple more for us?
Yeah, I got
quick?
a couple real quick. Back over in Cedar Creek Country Club, one of everybody's favorite additions here because it's on the north side. It's one of the favorites for those that commute because it's a good location, good subdivision. It's got lots of amenities and easy access to 175 if you're a commuter up to Dallas.
Yeah, because you got that PGA level golf course. It is a waterfront subdivision. Country Club's actually made of multiple subdivisions within it. And you got the Country Club proper, you got the landings, you got the ranch, you got Justin's Cove, you got several others there. Great place to live. And this one is there, 18486 Hickory Circle, correct?
Correct. And you got a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,528 square foot home here. Fully remodeled, all new appliances, nice fenced in yard in a great, well-established subdivision here. for $239,950.
Wow, under 250 in the country club.
That's getting to be a shock these days.
Yeah, that's a shocker to me. $239,950 for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house there in the country club.
Yeah, I just closed one in the country club yesterday. This is a great price compared
That
to
is
what
a
they
great
were going
price.
for right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was a lot that sold in there just recently for over 100,000.
Right. I think it was going 120 just for the lot there.
Yeah.
Nearby.
Yeah, and that's just the lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I have this one fully remodeled and ready to go at $239,950. Like I said, another one you better call on today.
Call on today. And you got our last property here real quick, don't you?
Yeah, this is back over on west side of the lake at 1108 Whispering Springs. This is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1,184 square foot home. Great starter home, maybe a retirement home. It's a little bit smaller, not as much to have to keep up with, which I personally like myself, but it's got plenty of room to still spread out. Sitting on 4 lots, which make up approximately a whole acre. It has a wonderful lake view. It kind of sits on a little hill, so you got a great view from this property of Cedar Creek Lake there.
I love little hills.
Yeah, I love
With
it.
happy trees.
Yeah, but it's also got 3 happy storage buildings as well.
3 happy storage buildings. I'm liking this property all the more.
Right, it's a great property for only $139,500 today.
$139,500 gets you into a house. And one thing we look at, it's hard to find anything to live in under 100,000, but this is still getting pretty close. This ain't far off that 100,000 mark. $139,500 gets you into home.
Yeah, and what a great home this one is.
That is
over
a
there.
great home.
Great subdivision. Once again, another waterfront subdivision. It's got park and boat launch if that's something that you need there.
Yeah, so real quick, these properties were 855 Van Zandt County Road 2715, 239 South Lake, 109 Kelly Lane, 108 Shady Shores Drive, 18486 Hickory Circle, and 1108 Whispering Springs. Great properties. If you want to see them today, give our office a call, 903-887-7055. We're in the blue and white building right there at 600 West Main in Gun Barrel City, right next to the First Baptist Church. Or if they want to see one of these properties this weekend, get set up with you, or list their property, how would they get a hold of you, Brad?
You can call me at 903-340-6301, or you can get a hold of me through Facebook. A lot of people watch our live stream videos that we do from here, and apparently some people may have just missed part of it because I'm getting so many calls on these properties right now. It's moving my phone over there for my live stream. But yeah, you can get a hold of us today.
Yeah, you can give Brad a call, or you can give me, Shy, a call at 903-340-6159, 903-340-6159, or just start typing Shy Ben Realtor, Coldwell Banker, American Dream Realty, and you'll find me on the face space.
There we go. Well, thank you guys so much. Y'all want to leave that paper in case somebody wants to
Yes,
call
sir.
in
If somebody
about it?
calls, we got a little bit of information there. They can give us a call.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and always fun talking to you guys. And I guess I'll be doing this every Friday when y'all come in now that Taylor's going. But
Yeah, sad to hear him going, but I do want to congratulate him on he's moving on to some bigger things, I suppose.
he's moving on up, yeah. So we're wishing him the best of luck. But I will be seeing y'all or Stone every Friday, and
Yeah, I guess Stone should be back next Friday, and then we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
okay, well, good deal. Well, thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all. We'll see
All right.
y'all next week.
Yeah, y'all have a great weekend.